word that have a whole heap of people in problem. This word.
Ankh.
The Ankh. A-N-K-H. Ankh. Life. As you hear the man explain. Female. Womb. The doorway to heaven.
That's right.
Children. Male. Almost like a phallic symbol too.
Yes.
Penis.
Yes.
Yes. Putting everything together, you get the balance. We lose that balance. We need to return to the balance. We need to recognize the feminine in the divinity. We get lost in Judeo-Christian and Islam mindset. Why you have the root and you gone at the branch? We could go to the root, and this is the root.
Yes, indeed.
This is the root.
And you see, after going to all the lectures, reading all the books of this culture, we say, well, it's not just to feel good about how great our ancestors were. We are great now. We have to reawaken our ancestral and hereditary memory. All of these memories are encoded in our cellular structure, in our DNA. And if we truly desire to resurrect these concepts, all we have to do is live it. Enough of the speeches, enough of the books. Let's begin to apply the principles that we have found to be true right now in our lives. Let us reclaim Ma'at again. Let us be righteous to each other. There's too much crime among us. We are in disobedience to our own standards as people of African ascent. Because we do not know, they will not teach us about Ma'at in the school. Oh, they will show you the pyramids and the mask, the golden mask of King Tut.
But they don't even tell you it's Africa neither.
Of course not. Because, of course, they say Egypt is not in Africa. But last time I looked, it was still there in the continent. They say now it's in the so-called Middle East. What's the middle of what? It's right there on the continent, and it was fed. As a matter of fact, the ancient kings, Nsut, who they now call Pharaoh. By the way, Pharaoh comes from a mispronunciation of the word which means the great house. Just like in the United States, you refer to the president as the White House. You know who's talking. So the great house, the Pere, and that title was used only mostly during the Greek time, the Greek phase, which now Pere becomes Pharaoh. You can go up and down the Nile and you will not find the word Pharaoh written in the original language.
Of course not.
You can go up and down the Nile and you will not find the word Egypt on any stone, on any temple, on any stela. Nowhere you will find this word Egypt. You will find Tameri. You will find Smaitawi. You will find Kemet. You will find Kenset. You will find Cush or Cash. But you will never find Egypt. You will never find Pharaoh. So all these foreign terms, you see what happens, foreigners come into the land and they give things names. By giving it names, they now claim it as theirs. Like all the papyri that they have stolen that's in the various museums, you got the Smith papyri, the Ebers papyri, all of these different names of foreigners who found these things, they put their names on them, now they own them. And now they have titled this whole history of ancient African high culture, which belongs to the world. Africa is the mother of all creation, so therefore her children gave these divine signs, this divine spiritual signs to the whole world. You don't have to steal it. You don't have to engage in cultural piracy like Mr. Zawi Hawass now. They have these forensic experts, what they call forensic experts, making a bust of King Tut when we have the actual way that he looked in real life here. They have created this made out of plastic over here. And look at the shade of his skin. This is cultural piracy at its worst. Now, let's go talk about Ptah. Here is Ptah, from who they got the Oscar.
I've been hearing that for years now, that the symbol of the Oscar was taken from
precisely
this symbol here, and without a doubt, you see how it stands, you can recognize that it is.
You can find that in the book by Tony Browder.
Yes.
Tony Browder's book, Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization. You will see that brother has done a masterful job of showing what was stolen. Here is King Tut, the way he looked in real life. Okay, you see.
This is what they took out of the
his resting place. This bust and this one here was done by people who were alive at the time who made these images of the boy. Now here these forensic experts come with this to try to steal the glory of the ancient African culture from the African people.
Well, they always do that still.
But it's a shame because, you see, they keep us in ignorance so we can fill up their jails. Because if we're not inspired to have knowledge of who we were, then we will always believe the lies that tell us about ourselves, so much that we have this self-hatred now we're bleaching our skin. You see in Africa, women are walking around with pink hands and pink face, and the rest of their body is dark brown and black. By the way, I don't like that word black, you know. Because the word black has the term lack inside of it. I brown, because in brown you have own, O-W-N. You see?
All right, that's the next story. That's the next story.
That's the next story.
All right, but you know, the usurping of these ideas from them time has caused us as African people to really go down, 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 down. And there is a need to reclaim all of this. But in the reclaiming, there's hardly anyone that is really bringing it to light. Yet you have so much people who know the truth. What do you think is the easiest way, possibly, that can allow these information to get out there?
Well, like what you're doing right now. It takes courage for you to rise up in the heart of Rasta, who actually use the King James Version as their Bible.
Mindset,
It takes courage to do this. I always tell people, bringing this is more dangerous than being Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or any of that. You know why? Because all of those brothers, the great work that they did, they were still trapped in Abraham's house. They did not yet come to the house of Cam, which made Abraham possible, which fed him. You see? So even Marcus Garvey, he tried his best and he did a great work. But again, because the effort is not based upon African spirituality, it tends to fail every time, because the ancestors who are ever living will not bless us until we go into the groove of our ancient ancestral paradigm, our ancient foundation. When we tap into that, then we will get the blessings of the ancient ancestors. We'll get the blessings of the Most High. You see, but unless it's like we are trying to be clones of a clone.
Well, maybe it's because of the information that has been presented at the time. So you can only go as far as the information allow you to go. So the earlier brethren them who fought, the information at the time was that. So what it is incumbent on us now. Who is here now, who gather more information. Because, you know, we have like internet, you know, YouTube, all of these things that is spreading information that we don't really have to go now into some specifically European mind, because we have man like Ben Buchanan.
Dr.
You know,
Ben,
you know, as you say, you have Anthony Broder, you have, you know, a whole heap of scholars that is African.
Theophilo Obenga, Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop.
Sheikh Anta Diop, which is very important as a Senegalese scholar that has drawn so a whole heap of things out of the pyramids and make it come to light, you know.
But you see, now we are suffering from information indigestion. We read, we gobble like Pac-Man, but we don't put into practice that which we are internalizing, which our eyes are telling us.